everyone, so it's Cristine Viggiano. I was just thinking that today is Wednesday, April 6th, and I was reading through a lot of posts on the Dreamers page and the LuLaRoe Dreamers and the Dreamers in Waiting pages, just about people's why. You know, why are they interested in joining LuLaRoe? Why are they doing this? You know, like a lot of people were saying things like they wanted to bring home some extra money. There was a lot of stay-at-home moms that wanted to contribute financially because they haven't been able to do so in a long time. A lot of stay-at-home moms that were looking for validation for themselves. You know, having a kid kind of makes you lose yourself a little bit and lose a little bit of your identity. And a lot of women who are wife, mama, they want to look for themselves and have another purpose. And that's fantastic. So it really started to make me challenge my thinking and say to myself, well, why am I doing this? Aside from the fact that I feel really beautiful in the clothes and that I really want women to feel beautiful, my thinking was, why? Why am I so obsessively compelled to encourage other women and lift them up and build their self-esteem? So I was having a conversation with Syra a few weeks ago about my goals. So, you know, my goal is to blow the roof off this thing. I am a really bold and pushy person, and if anyone is going to do it, it's probably going to be me. That's part of the reason why I've helped our practice become as successful as it is, because I am constantly on the patients to make sure you reschedule, make sure you're taking your vitamins, are you drinking enough water, make sure that you're exercising, stretching. You know, you just kind of need that pushy person to kind of remind you to do these things and to take care of yourself. So in my business for LuLaRoe, I thought, okay, 2015 sucked. It sucked so bad. My mother and my sister were diagnosed with identical brain tumors. And I say identical, and when I say identical, I mean very similar brain tumors on opposite sides of their brain within 2 months of each other. And I have only one parent. My mom is a single mom of 4, and she's this adorable little Filipino woman. And so when she calls to say, you know, something's wrong or I need help, you know, I drop everything to go do it because that's my mom. You know, I love her. I need to take care of her. I mean, that's all we have here in the United States is each other. We don't have, you know, a lot of family. We're all sort of spread out. My mom has some extended family in other states, but, you know, she doesn't have an immediate family in upstate New York where she's from. So my mom and sister were diagnosed with identical brain tumors, and they both had surgery, recovery. My mom did some radiation. It was very traumatic and very, very, very expensive. And some really kind friends of ours were so wonderful to create some crowdfunding pages and some t-shirts. And it's a very embarrassing and humbling thing to open yourself up to the public and say, we need help. We can't pay for our medical bills, and to put ourselves out there like that. In the middle of it, my brother was struggling with heroin addiction, and he did some stints in and out of rehab and then was finally convicted, and he went to jail. And my family and I wholeheartedly believe that that was what saved his life, forcing him to get clean and to really look at his life objectively and to make some real hard changes, to do a complete 180 and be different. And in the middle of all that, my application to become a foster parent was approved, and basically court said, here you go, here's a baby. And I'm sitting here like, you're gonna give me a baby right now? Like, I am crazy. I am on the train. I am on, like, I'm headed to Crazy Town, and you want to give me a baby right now? Like, you people are nuts. So, you know, 2015 was a heck of a year, and it just sucked so bad. And I had to, because of all the stuff going on in my family, I had to go down to part-time work. And I barely made any money last year with everything that I was shelling out for traveling back and forth to upstate New York, helping my family out financially, taking care of this foster baby, lawyer's fees. I barely made anything. And so for me, my immediate goal is to, in my launch month, make the same amount as I made last year, which was $22,000. Barely. It was like 21 and change. And my long-term goal is to make 6 figures. I want to make $100,000 off of LuLaRoe. And I want to be able to help out my family financially. My mom's tumor is giving her some problems, and I want to be able to say, hey mom, I want you to get the medical care that you need. No holds barred. If you want to go to California to get it done, you know, let's fly across the country and do it. That is where my sister decided to go to have her tumor removed, and my sister is not having any complications 6 months post-op. So, you know, I just feel like I need to do this. So then that got me thinking, like, why? Why do I need to make this much money? Why does it matter to me? Going even deeper. And I realized that a picture of mine went viral for Easter. It was picked up by thousands of consultants across the country. It was a beautiful Easter picture that was taken by a really good friend of mine at church, Glenn Guevara. Thank you so much for taking that really awesome picture. By the way, I did put our watermarks on it. It's good. And I get messages every day from people I don't even know saying how beautiful it is and how they never would have given such a loud print, you know, a passing thought, but, you know, seeing it on a real person and how beautiful it was, and that they just had to have that dress and they're trying on things that they've never tried on before. And thank you, you know, for just, like, you know, put myself out there. So I realized that it's so important to me to be able to hit these monetary goals and to encourage women and uplift them because I want to feel as beautiful and successful as everyone else sees me. And to me, I let a lot of stuff go from the past, but I realized that I still feel like the abused and manipulated and victimized little girl that I was in the past. There was very, very traumatic things that had happened in my life as a little girl, and a lot of abuse, and a lot of traumatizing events. And as a grown woman, I've moved past so much of that, and it's made me who I am today. But it's also inhibited my thinking as far as how I view myself. Like I said, I come from a really small family. My mom is a single mom of 4. That's all we have, and we have my nanai. My nanai is the cutest little grandma that you have ever seen. I have got to say, I can't wait to get her in a LuLaRoe dress because she's gonna be so adorable, and you guys are gonna just love her. But that's all we had, and so I felt like I didn't have a lot of the opportunities in life that my friends had because we were so poor financially. And I had to get a job and work 3 jobs just to be able to afford buying my first car by myself. You know, helping my mom support the family. And I just really didn't feel like I had the opportunity to go to college because I didn't know what I wanted to do. And the thought of leaving my family was like daunting to me. I could never do that. Even on my wedding day, I cried because I thought, who's going to take care of my family? And, you know, then I moved, you know, 4 or 5 hours away, and it was hard for all of us at first, but it's good now. We've cut the cord. They've since, you know, gone on to have happy lives. And I enjoy my life too, but, you know, it's hard to separate from what you know. And I want to view myself as everyone else views me, a beautiful and successful and smart woman, and I don't want to be inhibited anymore. And I just felt like I do inhibit myself My husband is a super smart man. He is a dual major from Syracuse University. All of our friends are very well educated people. My boss is the smartest woman that I know, and she's so successful and she's such a hard worker. She did that herself. She put herself through school to be a nurse and to go on to chiropractic school. Now she's a doctor. My best friend Mariah is the smartest person that I know. She's 22 and she's in the PhD program at UConn. So for me to be the only person in the room that hasn't gone on to college and that feels like I'm on the dumber down level, it's a really terrible feeling. And it brings me back to the days when I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror because I hated who was there. I hated the person that was looking back at me because they were so miserable. They were like dead on the inside and feeling horrible and just not loving the face on the outside. So it's taken years to get to the point where I do love myself, and I've come to the realization that I have a really loud and obnoxious personality, and I know it, and I'm totally cool with it. I like myself enough for the both of us. So if other people don't like me, hey, I'm cool with that. There are plenty of people who do love me. So I really am cool with that. But I wanted to do something to prove to myself that I am just as smart as everyone tells me that I am just as valued as everyone tells me that I am just as beautiful as everyone tells me that I am. And for me, this is why I'm on this mission to encourage women, because it's so hard for women to find that in themselves. And for me, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I need to prove to myself that I can do this. That I can do this on my own without anyone else's help, and that I'm smart enough to do it, and that I am a valued part of this LuLaRoe community. For me, this is what is going to show me that I'm better than what I was told I could be. Way back when I was a little girl, and all I heard was that I was so traumatized that I wouldn't be able to have a proper relationship with a man, that I couldn't be able to get married and have kids, that, you know, I needed to work through all of this trauma to become a normal functioning adult. And I've gone through so many years of therapy to be able to get to where I am today and let go of so much stuff to have this incredible amount of growth. But there's still this last little piece. And I know a lot of everyone, they're probably sitting there saying, well, why don't you go to college? Well, I have 2 kids. It's not exactly conducive to my lifestyle now. And I love clothes a whole lot more than I love education. For myself, I believe in higher education for everyone else. But, you know, for me, I love clothes. So I want to be able to, you know, become successful and turn a profit and be proud of myself and my achievements. And you know, and if doing it with clothes and looking good and feeling good at the same time is going to do it, then that's what it's going to be for me. So I had to really think about it for a long time, quite a few days. I was really pondering this, like, why do I have this obsessive need to encourage other women? Like, it's not my job, but I'm treating it like it's my job, you know, to be everybody's personal cheerleader and to encourage them and lift them up, because I know deep down women struggle with that. It's just ingrained in our DNA to have self-esteem issues, body issues, and I just want to help people work through it, just like I've worked through it. And this is the very last piece for me. And it makes me so excited and happy to think about, you know, just blowing the roof off and achieving so much more than I think that I'm capable of. So if you have watched this all the way to the end, here we are, almost 15 minutes. Again, I don't know why I have this, like, I do this every single time. It's like I ramble on for minutes and minutes and minutes. But if you have watched this all the way to the end and you have endured my rambling and me opening up myself to the world, God bless your heart, really and truly. You must think I'm like a really funny person to watch all of my other videos, and then, you know, for you to sit here and watch this with me and get to know me a little bit more, like, thank you so much. follow my social media. You can totally stalk me. I am a really social person. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook, LuLaRoe Cristine Viggiano, Cristine with no H. And I am now YouTubing, as you're obviously watching, and I'm gonna totally start periscoping and going live streams. So I am not onboarded yet with LuLaRoe, but once I become onboarded and I have inventory to sell, I hope that you would go and shop with me online. We're gonna have a really beautiful friendship, you and I. Thank you so much. Have a great night, guys. Bye.